Hello everyone, thank you for watching. Halloween may be behind us, but it's not forgotten, so let's take a look at some of the best decorated houses in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada on Halloween week of 2025. And don't forget to stay until the end for a walkthrough of the Terror Garage. Now all this footage was shot on Halloween week. This is in my neighborhood of Silver Heights, which is a decent hotspot for decorated houses, so let's take a look.
Oh yeah, there's more this year though.
Now this house is on Sharp Avenue and it's totally one of the best decorated houses in our neighborhood. I didn't get to see it actually on Halloween night because I was handing out candy at my house, but I've heard that they even put up more stuff, so they weren't lying with the stay tuned sign. These are even more houses on Sharp Avenue, which is probably a pretty decent street to go trick-or-treating on Halloween night because there's a lot of decorated houses. This house is on Sharp and Lodge, and every season they have some sort of fancy decorations up for either Halloween or summertime, Christmas time. The house always looks fantastic. And on my way back home, I had to get called back because I missed this little tidbit here by the sewer, and it is Georgie. At least what's left of Georgie after Pennywise got him.
That's cute.
Well, here's some daytime footage, still in the Silver Heights area. This is just minutes from my house on a street off of Mount Royal. And coming up here, we have some footage of me taking a stroll down Lodge Avenue on a beautiful October afternoon. It's not every year we have weather this nice around Halloween time. Sometimes there's snow on the ground, which is awful. Sometimes it's raining, but this year we had a pretty decent Halloween week, which is probably why so many houses decorated, because they knew it wouldn't get rained upon or snowed on or frozen to the ground. Because nothing's worse than putting up Halloween decorations in the snow and also taking them down in the snow as well. You freeze your fingers off and it sucks. And you gotta love the witty tombstone heads. And a perfect way to store your leaves before you have to rake them up. Now, I tried getting some footage of this house actually in the nighttime as well, but it was kind of hard to capture because it wasn't as bright as a lot of houses are, but in the daytime it looks really cool. Nighttime it looks cool too, you just can't see as many details at night, so I thought I'd take a second walk down here during the daytime. And this display I like because it's a little different. It's not your typical ghosts and goblins. It is an alien abduction little scene going on here. And for all of us 90s kids who grew up watching the X-Files and Sightings and Fire in the Sky on cable television, we all know how terrifying aliens were to us back in the day. And this was a beautiful, beautiful night on the week of Halloween in 2025. And I've never seen this before. A big giant blow-up Michael Myers. There's lots of blow-up decorations kicking around the city, but I've never seen a blow-up Michael Myers. And there's also a giant projection of Michael Myers on the front of the house. And here we are driving down Moray, heading into the Grace Hospital area of the city to go check out some houses in this neighborhood. So you may hear in the background this buzzing noise. It's not a problem with my camera or the microphone. There was actually somebody pressure washing the sidewalk in the pitch dark at night. I'm not sure what they were trying to accomplish, but we thought it was pretty funny.
Small garden up there in the mist. Okay, there.
Now, some houses like this look really cool in person, but was really hard to capture the essence of the decorations in the pitch dark with a camera without proper exposure. So this is the best I can get of this house at night. And here we are driving down random streets in the St. James area at night. Just looking for lights, looking for decorations, trying to find some cool houses to film. And on our way to a really cool house called the Skeleton Carnival, and then stumbled upon this house. Now, when I was a kid, I'd never remember seeing any houses nearly this decorated on Halloween. You'd be lucky if people are even handing out candy, but it's crazy to see how much more serious people take Halloween these days, and it's fantastic. It's not cheap, it's expensive to put all this together, and I guess if you're like me, you just chip away at it year by year, add new decorations every year when they go on sale after Halloween, and then after, say, 10 years or so, you have a house that looks like this. And this seems to be a popular decoration this year. I've seen it in a few houses. It's a real cool, creepy decoration, and it always reminds me of the villain in the real Ghostbusters cartoon, Sam Hain, which is mispronounced in the cartoon. It should be pronounced Samhain, but it is spelt like Sam Hain, so I see how people make that mistake. And that villain, Sam Hain, makes an appearance in 2 real Ghostbusters episodes, When Halloween Was Forever and Halloween 2.5. 2 of my favorite real Ghostbusters episodes. The dragon seems to be a bit more medieval than Halloween-y, but to quote Van Damme, use any technique that works. And here we are at the Skeleton Carnival. It is on Inglewood, and it's right beside the Family Food store, which is one of our favorite grocery stores to go shopping at. And this display has been around for years. And it's really cool because it's a deep display. It's not just face value. You can look deep into the back of their yard and see all kinds of cool stuff, which we'll see in just a second. And they must have had some burnt out lights because as I was filming this, some guys started honking at me, asking me to go drop off a replacement light bulb for these folks on their porch, which gave me an excuse to get into the yard and get a closer look at all these awesome decorations. I love displays like this where it sucks you right into this neat world they've created, and they don't skip on the small details. And driving home after an eventful night checking out Halloween houses. Until the next day, here we are on Elm Street, that's right. One of the best decorated streets in Winnipeg around Halloween time is Elm Street. So, A Nightmare on Elm Street of course comes to mind. And apparently this is one of the craziest neighborhoods on Halloween night to go take your kids trick-or-treating. I have never done it, but I've seen footage, and it's like a movie. It's like just swarms of children everywhere. Some of these houses get up to 400 kids a night. And when you have your house decorated all crazy like this on Halloween night, you can't run out of candy. You can't shut off your lights and your decorations halfway through the night. You have to be more than prepared to be handing out candy until 10 o'clock, maybe even 11 o'clock in some neighborhoods. This is still on Elm Street, just a bit further down into a larger cluster of decorated houses. And while trying not to catch this lady walking her dog on camera because she may not want to be filmed, I actually accidentally ended up stepping on her poor dog. But the dog was not harmed in the filming of this video. And while driving home from the Elm Street area, we took a stroll through Jameswood and came across this house. And their decorations actually stretch into their backyard. Of course, I wasn't going to go into the yard and film in their backyard, but you can see way into the backyard they still have decorations. And this is actually the route I take to work when I ride my bike to work in the summer and fall. So I see this view almost every day. And this is taking us into close to where the airport is, still kind of the Jameswood area. This is all kind of in behind and in around the airport. And in just a sec, you'll see a glass bus shack, which is kind of a rarity these days in the city because they always get smashed out. And these poor people have a glass bus shack plopped right in front of their house, which probably isn't even in use anymore because they just changed all the routes, and this probably isn't even a bus stop anymore. And this ended up being a very pleasant last-minute stop for us, the Terror Garage. We just found out about it that evening and made a last-minute decision to go swing by and take a look at the Terror Garage. So they have a big display on the front of their lawn, and then in the back of the house they have what's called the Terror Garage walkthrough, which we'll take a walkthrough in just a few minutes. So here we are waiting in line to get into the Terror Garage walkthrough, and they got lots of cool animatronics here to keep you entertained as you wait in line. And in just a second you'll see a very cool Pinhead display, and Chucky right there. There we go. And now let's take a walk through the Terror Garage.
Hello. Oh, that's cool. That's fucking awesome. Oh, shouldn't be swearing. There's kids around. Awesome. Great job. Good thing I didn't go first.
Which way do we go? This way.
Oh, exit.
And there we go. That was the Terror Garage walkthrough. Pretty cool for a free walkthrough. They were accepting donations, and all donations did go to a charity. So it's all for a cool, good, awesome cause. And it was a lot of fun. I'm really glad we stumbled upon this last minute this evening.
That was fun. Oh, you actually go out through here.
And here we are at my house on Halloween night. Not nearly as crazy as a setup as you've seen in the rest of this video. I add to it year by year, little by little, trying not to spend too much money on it. I don't have a super expensive display. It's all kind of inexpensive things I've put together over the years that have accumulated over the last probably 9 years or so since I started decorating. And it was a fantastic Halloween. The weather was pretty good. We didn't have snow. The wind died down a little bit. It didn't rain. And we got probably about 120 kids or so, which is more than we got in the previous year. And that concludes a look back at Halloween week in Winnipeg on 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed it if you watched until the end. There were a few neighborhoods we didn't get a chance to visit, but that's fine because we'll just take a look at them next year. And that brings us to the end of the video. Again, thank you for watching. And even if it's not Halloween time, just remember that Halloween is in the heart, and wherever you go, it will be with you. Good night.